want to take a few minutes to introduce you to a couple of websites that you're going to need to become very familiar with. The first one, the one you're looking at the screen right now, is called My Big Campus. And that's the new learning management system that we'll begin using in the fall of this next school year. What you're looking at right now is your initial screen you'll see once you log into My Big Campus. This is what's called the activity page. It's something like your news feed or your wall on a Facebook page, and you'll see there are a number of different postings and comments been made on this page. Now, all the things that are available here are going to be found along the left-hand side of the screen. So you'll notice over here, this is the activity page, is where we are right now. Something here called EduTalk. EduTalk is kind of an opportunity for you to have conversations. It's kind of like Twitter for teachers. And it's an opportunity if you have conversations with different teachers who are all part of the My Big Campus community, and you can post questions to them, and you can have discussions, and they'll be posting interesting things there. The next thing you'll see on the screen is something called Schoolwork. This is what you can use to post assignments to your class. This is where you can do quizzes, you can do essays where they submit things to you online. There's a number of different things you can do with the schoolwork. You'll notice here there's a practice quiz. I emailed you a link to this the other day. You can see two people have taken this quiz already, and they've scored a whopping 50% on that average on that quiz so far. Messages is basically it's like email between individuals within the My Big Campus community. And so if you want to compose a message and send someone a message, you can do that on this site as well. Here's a particularly powerful feature of My Big Campus. It's called Drive. It's kind of like Google Drive or kind of like Dropbox. It is a place where you can store documents, where you can store images, you can store websites, links, any number of things can be stored here. You're going to see these things called bundles we'll talk about here in a second. You store all these on this site. Basically, you have access to them any place that you have access to the web. And so it's like your own cloud-based drive. You don't need, you won't need flash drives when you're able to use this. There's a calendar that you can set up. I don't have anything on this calendar right now, but you can set up an individual calendar and share it with your classes. This next tab here is the Groups tab. And what you will see eventually, as we get your classes populated over the summer, you will see a variety of different groups. You won't have to add new groups. We'll take care of that. But every one of your classes will be a separate group. And you'll have members in that class. And it's in these groups that you'll begin building your course and where you'll begin setting up communications with the classes. We're going to look at that in a second. Now, you'll see right here that you will be a part of the 21st Skills Professional Development Group. This is actually a course that I'm working on right now for teachers to use. So you're actually enrolled as a student in this class. If you go out to this is the 21st Century Skills Professional Development site, and you'll see here that there are a number of different things. This is kind of an introductory screen which tells you a little bit about the course and what it is we're going to be doing in this course. I can post announcements. I've already put a discussion on this particular site where you can go in and participate in the discussion, ways I can incorporate My Big Campus in the classroom. You can set up chats within this campus. There's something called pages. Pages are like just individual websites. And so what I've done is I've set up an individual page for each particular unit in this class. And so you'll see that I've got this broken down into 10 different pieces right now. I'm in the process of building this right now. You'll see, for instance, this one called What is 21st Century Education? Well, it drops you on a site here that tells you a little bit about what it is we want to study here. And then it points you to something called a bundle. Basically, I'll come back, we'll look at this here real quickly, but this whole thing of a bundle is what I did is I put together a bunch of resources. Okay, here is a video, a couple of videos on here. There's some documents that I've dropped on here. It's a website that I've dropped on here. And basically, it's a way of collecting resources in a single location so that they're easily accessible for the individual who wants to be working on that. If I go back to this page now, you'll see this is that page that I was working on, and then I can go to additional pages. I've also dropped some resources in here that would be helpful in the class. In this case, they're primarily PDF documents that I put out here that might be helpful to have available. I also have a calendar for this class. And right now, the only thing I've really put on this calendar, well, in fact, that quiz that I assigned is due on July 1st, it looks like. But there are some other things. If you go in August on this, you'll see I put the first day of school. Aren't you happy I did that? And then, of course, it'll show you the members in the class. And basically, the members of this class are the teachers on the West Campus. And so you can see everybody who's been enrolled in this class is there. Now, of course, you'll be managing your own classes on this particular device. Now, if you want to go back to the main page, just go up here to the left-hand corner where you see My Big Campus, and you can begin, go back to where you began. The library is a very powerful piece of this. This is where you will find all sorts of resources available. You have bundles that have been prepared by everybody in the My Big Campus community. Not just people at Heritage, but people all over the world that are using My Big Campus. There are videos, there are documents, there are websites, and of course you have the ability to then go in and search the library. So if you want to see things like, say, on the Civil War, you can simply type in Civil War, and it will go through and it will look for various different things that are in this library having to do with the Civil War. Now, if you only want to see videos, then you can go over here to the side and you can tell it, well, I only want to look at videos from the Civil War, and scroll down here and update your search. And then the only thing you'll see, instead of seeing documents and websites and all that kind of stuff, you'll just see videos that they have on here. I'm really looking forward to watching the Civil War rap, Little T and Big C. But anyway, there are some videos that have been posted. And of course, you can add things to the library that you find that are helpful, and they'll be available to you and anybody else on My Big Campus. Very powerful feature. Now, the other button you'll want to look at is this Create button. You want to play around with this a little bit. With the Create button, you'll find this is where you create schoolwork. And schoolwork basically are various different assignments. These can simply be essays that you want students to write and turn into you. You can create quizzes. That's what that professional development quiz that I gave. There are a number of different things that you can create. In fact, you'll see here you got assignments, you got quizzes, assessments, practice quizzes, polls, anonymous surveys, simple assignments, various different things you can do. And this is the way you will post your assignments, and the students can then go to their own individual version of this and be able to see those kinds of things. You're also able to create something called an MBC document. This is an online, in the cloud document editor. And you'll see all the familiar tabs up here for formatting. You can also see you can drop tables in here. You can put lines in here. You can insert page breaks. You can do hyperlinks. You can insert videos. You can insert images, any number of different things. You then save this to your, if you click the save button, it'll save it out there to your drive, and then you can share it with other people. And this, of course, is the way, oftentimes the way you'll have students return assignments to you is they can share those assignments with you. The last thing you can create up here is something called bundles. That's what I created a moment ago. The cool thing about this, right now I'm creating a bundle, and so you type a little bit of information, you start adding content to your bundle. And I'll let you play around with that and see how that works. The cool thing about these bundles is you'll find bundles out there under the library that other people have created on a variety of different subjects. Now, this was not intended to tell you everything you'll ever need to know about My Big Campus, but just to give you a quick introduction to it, because the best way for you to learn how to use it is actually go in and play around with this a little bit and see how things work. The other thing I want to introduce you to is a website that Anthony and I have been working on called HCAKCTech.com. And we're designing this to be our one-stop shop, place to go for everything you need to know about technology. And this is, again, still under construction. But you'll see here there is our acceptable use policy. It'll be right here on the website. Tech Tuesday, that's the blog that we've been working on. In fact, I just posted a couple of things to that today. There's a post here about creativity and some ways that you can incorporate that in your classroom, some things here about critical thinking, some resources there. A fun game called GeoGuessr. If you want to have some fun with that, I encourage you to do that. The other things that you'll see on this website. Over here under the support, you're going to see teacher support. One of the cool things that Anthony's created for this is a teacher support ticket. If you go out to click on the teacher support ticket, if you have a problem, you have a question, you just fill out that ticket and it automatically will come to us and we'll be able to see what your problem is. And you can do that anytime, anywhere. Out here to the resources tab, if you just click on the resources, don't go onto the blog right now, just go to the resources tab. You'll see that I've started accumulating some helpful resources. Some of these are many of these are websites you'll be able to go to, and I want you to clear at the bottom. There's a My Big Campus resources, and this is a bunch of tutorials and training videos and things that you can even sign up for live webinars. And the best of training videos is recordings of these webinars, so it's kind of on demand to be able to learn some more things about My Big Campus. The other thing up here under support, if you just click on teacher support, Anthony we'll be filling all these in, showing how to set up email and how to log into My Big Campus and how to install Firefox and how do I log into RimWeb and can I create my own iBook, all these cool things out here that we're going to begin to put together. There's a contact us page on this where you can, places where, give you email addresses and phone numbers and that kind of stuff. Again, we want to make this your one-stop shop for finding things. So take a few moments to look into these, and I think you'll find them really helpful going into the new school year.